Hi, I'm Katie, host of Focus and Flourish podcast. I used to grind nonstop until I figured out how to automate my systems that ended up helping me achieve a 4-day work week. Now I earn more and work less. Want to do the same? Grab my free 6-figure strategy guide, which is the exact blueprint I used to grow my own business to where I am today. Link in the show notes. Are you new here? Tap subscribe to support the show and never miss an episode. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Focus and Flourish. I am your host, Katie Monroe. Today, we are kicking off on phase 1 of module 3, which is in my course Momentum Method and our membership. There are just certain pieces to websites that I feel like are often missed. And after reviewing so many from my students in the program, I wanted to share this with all of you. So this episode is especially for those of you who already have a website, but maybe it's been more of a digital business card and not really a high converting marketing machine in your company. So that can end today. We're going to turn your website into a marketing powerhouse. It's got to speak directly to your ideal clients, and it has to get them to take action. Those are just 2 critical pieces to take away. So whether you're just starting out or you've been in the business a long time, this one is packed for insight. Our last episode, episode 9, on how to train ChatGPT ethically to be your marketing and branding assistant is really helpful if you're feeling in the weeds with copy and building your site as well. We had a guest on that one and it's fantastic. So if you're feeling overwhelmed at all, I would definitely listen to episode 9. So first of all, I just want to review the role of your website in your business. It's not just a place to showcase your work and your photos, portfolio, etc. Think of it as your silent salesperson, your storefront, your lead generator. And it is a huge part of marketing that you actually own and have control over, unlike social media, algorithms, all of that. So when you build it with intention and structure, your homepage, portfolio, about page, and even your contact section, your visitors will be guided step by step into a relationship with you before they even reach out. So let's look at this. In this day and age, it doesn't just need to be pretty and attractive and on brand. You need a site that really works for you. So I want to talk next about the anatomy of a high converting homepage. That is often the page people land on first. And if it's not structured properly, they're probably going to bounce out or be frustrated they can't find what they need and leave. You've got to really realize how little time you actually have to convince people to keep scrolling and keep exploring, right? So a high converting homepage does a lot more than look good. And we also want it to look good, but really it has to capture their attention, build trust, and lead to action as they scroll. I also do recommend a very long homepage that continues to give them places to go. So you're sort of guiding them through an experience, what you offer, who you are, some accolades, some testimonials. But here are sort of the bullet points that I recommend when you're building out a long form homepage. The way I think about it is that your brand is the foundation of your business. Your website is your digital home, right? So when someone walks into the front door and they step into that space, they can go in the kitchen, the bathroom, and those are your CTAs getting them to go explore other parts of who you are and what you do, but ultimately how you can serve them and support them, right? So first off, a powerful headline that clearly states what you do and who you serve. You want to also include a SEO tag above the fold, which means before they scroll, before they move, anything that is like your optimized geographical location for that page. So you can optimize different pages of your websites for different places, but you don't want to confuse your visitor or Google by having them all on your homepage. So for example, choose the location that you can really grow from and then optimize other pages. Maybe they're closer to your house, right? So let's use the Bay Area as an example. You can optimize your homepage for San Francisco Bay Area brand photographer, San Francisco Bay Area wedding photographer, whatever. And then other pages can dive into different geographical locations. But you want that in H1 on your homepage above the fold, so they really understand. And then you're going to want a 1 to 2 sentence headline. Again, who you are, what you do, and the transformation that they will get while working with you, right? So the next piece is a really strong value proposition or a tagline within that speaks to their needs. Oh, wow, I landed in the right place. When someone lands on your website through the copy and design and the way that they can navigate it, we want these people to feel at home and stay there until they reach out. So following that, a really short intro about you, warm, friendly, professional, but just remember, people are skimming. So you can have small text, but just make sure that your headlines are really getting across the point that you want to get across, because a lot of people will not stay on long enough to read all of the nitty-gritty, right? So the next piece of this is, rather than just having links to your portfolio, it's really helpful to have a highlight reel, whether it's moving or a small gallery of 5 to 7 images. You want to give them little visuals that impress them, that they're excited about, that appeal to a diverse community in whatever field you're in. And then make sure to include social proof. You're going to want to include testimonials, any awards you've gotten, and publications. So if you have been published, you want to make sure to get those little icons and really make sure they're pretty easy to see. The moment people see certain publications, it's just more trust building. And then I recommend a lead magnet or a freebie. If you are not there yet, if you're not building your email list yet, I still recommend a place for them to sign up for your newsletter and make it compelling, even if you don't have a freebie. Like, sign up to receive fall discounts on mini sessions, and then at least start building your list. And then you can, email them valuable content later. So you don't need a freebie or a lead magnet to start an email list, but definitely have a call to action for people to sign up for something. A few things that might appeal to you guys are, so look through what you already have. Do you have a style guide for your clients? Do you have a preferred vendor list? Do you have a preferred studio list in your area? That can easily be turned into a free resource that can grow your email list over time. So lastly, within each of these sections that I just reviewed, you want tons of CTAs. Get in touch, that would lead to your contact page, learn more to your about page, view portfolio, book now. I don't love the book now CTA because I think we really need to warm them up prior to booking at the rates we want. But getting in touch is critical, right? You want that lead. So CTAs can also be visit the blog. Like, there's so many ways. You should have anywhere from 5 to 8 CTAs on your homepage from start to finish. So these aren't like fillers. These are all focused on building trust and hopefully increasing the amount of leads that you get. And then the more that you get, how many you convert to real clients. So moving on, you want to keep at the top of your mind when you're working on your website, this is all about building trust. People invest when they know, like, and trust you. And you can do all of that through your website, and you can do all of it on your homepage and give them places to go. So let's talk about the key places where building trust is really critical. As a creative or a photographer, this lesson really appeals to the masses. This is not just for photographers, but graphic designers, all of it, wedding planners, corporate companies. It really is a pretty broad formula that works. So, and coaches, consultants, entrepreneurs, small businesses. So let's talk about the key website pages that are going to build that trust immediately. Another thing before I go through, there's 5 things I'm going to go through, is with each of these things, these are wonderful CTAs. So you can have buttons all over your website leading back to these places over and over again. So they go to at least 1 or 2 of them, right? So the first is your about page. It's one of your most visited. Make it personal, make it human, and let them know who you are while reassuring them that you've got them, that you're going to guide them through the entire experience of your services. 2 is your portfolio page, showcasing your work. So really curate a portfolio of not only your best work, but diversity. Show them that you can go from a brand like photographing a brand like Coca-Cola, bright colors, harsh lines, to like a holistic skincare brand, like show variety. And then if you're a portrait photographer, newborns, family, weddings, maternity, all of that, make sure to showcase diversity. Diversity in lighting, diversity in location, diversity in race, and diversity in style. Like some families are a little edgy, other families are very like put together. So make sure to show that so you appeal to as many people that land on your website as possible, right? So the next one is your fact page. It saves time, it answers objections, and it positions you as an expert and a professional. And hopefully, if they reach out to you, that also minimizes like how much back and forth you have, how many emails you exchange, how long you're on the phone when you're on your, consultation call, depending on the kind of work that you do. So a fact page is really, really, really important. And lastly, a blog. We're going to talk about this a lot in the next few episodes, but it is critical for SEO, search engine optimization, and nurturing leads as well. So your blog can serve multiple purposes, from getting traffic to your website is one. And then every time you create valuable content, you can use that as evergreen content in your lead workflows. Like, check out this 20 tips to prepare for your headshot session, 5 ways to feel calm on your wedding, like whatever they are, right? And so again, we all love beautiful design, and although that is important, this is there to build a journey. Your website is and should be designed to guide people on a journey through it easily, not getting frustrated that they can't find things. And it's basically giving them a path forward, and they feel connected, essentially. So the conversion tips that most creatives and photographers overlook, okay? These 4 things are critical, and I often find that they're like kind of brushed off, okay? So number 1 is that speed matters. A really slow loading website is just lost leads, it's lost visitors. So make sure your photos that you use, all of the content, your headshots, everything is resized and optimized for a quick loading speed, okay? Mobile optimization. So I'm guessing about 50% of the visitors on your site are on their phone. So you also want to make sure it has the flow and the same feel. We use Squarespace for all 3 of my websites. And what I love is while editing, you can go back and forth from, desktop, laptop mode to mobile, and then pull things around, and it optimizes for both. And then clear branding, fonts, colors, tone, it should all be consistent. And as you're developing that, you really want this to feel like you. And I can go into that deeper in some other episodes. But even if you're just starting out, create a brand guide and stick to it for a while. The goal is consistency. You can always rebrand, but consistency is critical. So if you need help with that, head to the show notes and download my free brand identity guide, and it will walk you through exactly what to do to get your copy ready and get your design ready DIY style. Okay. And then the last one, especially I see with newer photographers, is newsletter opt-ins. So this is where your funnel starts. It doesn't matter if you have a funnel yet at all, but start list building. You own your website and you own your email list. Okay. So even if you're not sending emails, build that list. And I can assure you that like with the right call to action and language, people will start signing up. Give them something valuable, or at least tell them something valuable is on the way, right? So segment 5 is action items and like your plan, your website glow up plan that hopefully starts today. So after this episode, I want you to review your homepage with the 12-part checklist, and you can get that in the show notes. Just move through it. Keep it simple. You don't have to have it all together now, but your homepage is such a big part of increasing leads, increasing bookings. And then 2, just identify one really weak spot on your website and just journal about it, write it down, and just like sit with that. Okay, this space needs improvement. Some people haven't updated their portfolio in years. Others are really lacking new brand photos of themselves and they don't feel like their about pages like reflective of them. So just sit with it. You know, I had to do that for all of our websites as we rebranded. And although it's hard, it's really empowering and it gives you some direction and you can make a to-do list and stick with it and set some goals on like, okay, I want to do X, Y, and Z by X date, right? And so the other thing is I want you to add call to action buttons to every page of your website. Homepage, about page, services, portfolio, to get in touch, to view more, to keep going. Give them the map. Give them a roadmap so they keep going all the way to your contact page. So there are several resources in the show notes. We've got our brand identity guide, which is really in depth. And if you're really lost right now, get it, download it, work through it. It is a workbook. It is for you to better understand the difference between branding and like just visuals. Branding is a messaging tool. It's not just visual. And that gets confused so much in the creative industry because we're creative and we want to work on the pretty stuff, you know? So at the end of the day, your website, the way I think about it is it should be your hardest working employee. Generating leads, building trust, and, you know, really, really, really attracting the clients you want to work with, but also booking them. That is another big piece to this, right? So your contact form, it has to include enough information so that you can immediately make a connection with them, whether it be on email or the phone. Not just name, number, what are you interested by? And that will vary for everything. If you head to my website and click on freebies, or the shop, we have questionnaire forms. My questionnaires are quite long because I want them to realize that I care. I care about the details. How can we tailor this experience to you? And they can leave some blank, you know? And so the other thing is for portrait photographers or anyone doing mini sessions or like smaller offers, like you can get things set up so you're actually booking clients on repeat while you sleep. You don't always need to have like a sales call or a client consult or, you know, it totally depends on what you're offering. You know, for our mini sessions, I don't do anything. It's from the website to the CRM, boom, invoice sent, I see them on shoot day. So if you haven't already, go ahead and check out the homepage freebie in the show notes and honestly listen to episode 9. It will support you in building your brand and getting more clear for all of the copy on these pages. So thank you so much for tuning in to Focus and Flourish. If this was helpful, send it to one of your business friends. Send it to your creative community. Share it and tag me and let me know your biggest takeaway, right? So until next time, keep showing up, keep shining, keep building that business you love. Episode 11 is going to be focused on how to create content that converts, why it's important, and ways that you can start doing that without so much headache. So thank you so much for being here. I am so excited to see you all next week, and please tune in and share. All right, I'll see you all soon. Bye. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it on your favorite social media platforms, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn. Your share can help someone improve their photography business and their life. Use the hashtag Focus and Flourish Podcast so we can see your posts and connect with you there.